right, here we go. Three, two, one, and pills as these players playing levels 6 to 9. What you normally see in round one in our gold bracket. Prey's got an extremely left heavy board. Nothing to speak of in column 8. Sarros is going to have to find a breakthrough point here. He's going to have to wind through a couple of different rows of viruses to get there.
Yeah, but I think I like Sarge's board just a little bit better though. His looking at his board kind of down the board, the bottom is really kind of empty, but his top of the board here and more towards the center, it's a little bit more diverse than Prey was looking at towards the beginning. But now that I'm looking again, a lot of yellow here and a lot of blue that Sarge is going to have to work through. And then looking at Prey's board, a lot of yellow and a lot of red. So kind of really, it's kind of weird diversity wise for both players, but they're both doing a really great job working through this so far.
Sarge clears out column one, so it's going to have to be a little bit more critical of drop time as it pertains to that left side. Meanwhile, Prey has pretty much lowered the elevation of his board. However, Flindo, he's just cleared his last blue, so he's going to have to be smart in his decision making here, as both these players in their end game and right in single digit territory.
Oh, look at Prey setting up this horizontal yellow and gonna be able to desandwich that and get two reds in between if he wants to do it. Now he could have taken that red blue and placed it vertically in his column 5 to clear out those blues and had the red garbage ready to go. Didn't elect to do that.
hmm
Absolutely fine as he is still getting to some great plays here, but it is now 5 for Sergeant Saros and 4 for Prey with about a 6-second timer difference on your screens. Now, we do look at the finishing time for both players and not necessarily who finishes first on the stream. So keep that in mind as we move forward. But Sarge is just needing this one final blue. He's going to be out first, 148.
And Prey's free and clear as well with that garbage clear. So just needing some yellows here. Prey is going to be out at a 204. So it is a bit of a lead here. Looking at these sevens, there. I mean, it's a little tight in the center of the board for Prey, and it's all on the bottom for Sergeant Saros, which is a little bit more advantageous. That means he doesn't really have to factor too much drop time in and can really work on good horizontals in that end game. Prey making a misdrop in columns 5 and 6.
Yeah, but fortunately, he's going to get several blue yellows in a row. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't just go ahead and clear out that garbage, but
hmm
elected to drill down the blue yellow to go ahead and set up the yellow that was underneath, which is not a bad play actually. Just took a little bit more drop time, but I love that placement of the blue yellow down towards the bottom of the board in column 6, setting up that blue, and this double blue is going to fire that off.
Yeah, it looked like he had that look on his face like he made a misdrop, but he was able to course correct, and that's the sign of a good competitive Dr. Mario player is realizing that your misdrop may not have been as bad as you think. We're seeing it on display here, but Saros holding on to a 4 virus lead here as Prey is just looking to do something with blue here, to not finding it. He is starting to address that right side of the board, which he was leaving alone for a little bit too long. Prey's going to go on the that column 6 red, which is a good call.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sarge's board looking really nice. He's basically free and clear here. Just has to clear out that red in column 1. And he's probably, oh, okay, going to go on the right side and get the blue on the right. But this double red will allow him to clear that out. Made a little tuck in there to get the yellow. And this final red, he's out at a 336 on into level 7. But again, Prey really not too far behind. Just 6 viruses now 5 for Prey. Probably going to be, well, not sure what he's got planned, so we'll just have to wait and see.
I think he's trying to go for this garbage clear in 5 so he could start addressing everything else and maybe get that horizontal. And that's exactly is what he's doing here. Sarge making a couple of misdrops. You saw him shake his head over there at the start of his level 8, but he's making it work. He cleared that up pretty nicely. As Prey is now starting to drill down, he's just needing a few yellow pieces, and he will be out. There's one of them, and just needing those last 2. And there's one, and where's the other one? There it is. He's out at a 430, as he is a little bit behind the 8 ball. It is a 13, excuse me, now it's a 15 virus advantage here for Sarge.
Yeah, but Sarge's board really heavy on that right side. We only see about 6 or so viruses total on the left side of
Hmm.
Sarge's board. Could give Prey a little bit of a chance to come back and make this a game here, as Sarge just getting blues thrown at him, which we're really not used to seeing in this game. Statistically, it is the least common pill that shows up, but it's really only like by 1% or even maybe half a percent. I don't remember the exact numbers, but Sarge just seeing a lot of blue here.
Yeah, but he's making the most of it here. He's down to his final couple of yellows. If he can get some help, maybe with the double yellow or that horizontal clear, very nicely done, he can start working on things here. And I think if I'm Sarge here, I'm definitely thinking horizontal for that last yellow. He is down to 6, Prey at 23, and he's just got a big red staircase and no red help to speak of.
Yeah, that staircase really not what Prey wants to see. But oh, and that red blue not where he wanted to put that at all. And you saw him react, kind of threw his head back a little bit. Can't believe that. If it's me, I'm like, oh, come on, did I really just do that? And I'm sure that's what Prey's thinking now. But we see Sarge setting up for this red horizontal, gonna get it out at a 546 into his final level. Now, a double red here would be huge for Prey, would be able to get that in there and get a nice double vertical. And he gets the double red. Is he going to go for it? He is, gets it.
Big
Now, just
clear.
has that little bit of blue garbage there on top of column 6 and not getting the blues declared out, JB.
Yeah, and from watching Prey, he has a tendency that when he makes a mistake, he kind of just aborts whatever mission and tries to just clear on. And sometimes he may miss an opportunity to open that garbage back up and get himself a play. And we were kind of seeing it on display there. That's a tough misplay, and I kind of losing his momentum here. But he's got to keep playing on. As Sarge down to his down to 22 viruses here, really nice play. As Sarge down to his last couple of dozen or so viruses here. I don't know if Sarge knows what kind of lead he has, but our chat in on our live stream here cheering on Prey, telling him to keep playing, and you got to keep playing, even in a tough situation. You keep playing because you never know what will happen.
Yeah, absolutely. But for this particular match, it looks like Sarge has this pretty well in hand, down to his final 10 viruses. Gonna see a nice little. Oh, didn't go for the tuck. He's gonna get the blue tea, sweet tea, a la Savage Octagon. Really nice play by Sarge. Just putting together things that I didn't even see. And Prey
And
does manage to top out there, unfortunately.
I think he is waving the white flag on this first game. He's definitely looking a little frustrated here, but you just got to take a deep breath and don't let those mistakes just compound you and overpower you. You've got to keep going, and you can have one bad game, and the next one will be good. You just gotta maintain focus there, especially in the face of misplays. I've had misplays in live competition. You have too, Flindo, as it is a 7:45 official victory for Saros. But when you make those misplays, you've got to find the courage to overcome them.
Absolutely. I've definitely had my fair share of those in this tournament and in versus tournaments. So yeah, you'd hate to see it, but absolutely, that's that. You just got to put it behind you and just keep going.
Absolutely here. As we get prepared for our next match here, our next game rather, I think we're just taking a couple of minutes to breathe.
And as a reminder, the winner of this game does go on to the finals to play Archer Lewis.
Mm-hmm. When vertical doesn't go as planned, to look for the horizontal D Sandos as the exact same. I love it.
That's fantastic.
All right, we've got readies from both of our players. So we're just waiting on the Dave, our restreamer, to fire off the exclamation point 3. Oh, okay, we have a timer reset. We're good there. Our chat having a real good time with those rhymes. And we're going to get this going here. Game 2 in 3, 2, 1, and pills. Taking a look at our boards here, Sarge taking a little bit of a delay to start, so we'll look at Prae's board. Prae's going to have to break through one of those top rows. Going to need probably some blue help to do so. Getting very unfortunately timed blue-yellow, and then a yellow-red, really nowhere to play those. So a little bit of a rough going here is to start. Looking at Sarge's board, Sarge is a bit scattered. He's got a lot of sandwich clear opportunities, especially towards the bottom of the board. Really interesting to see how he goes with this.
Yeah, and Sarge had a really nice undertuck there too. I don't remember the colors, but it was there in the center of his board. And it was really kind of cool to see,
Mm-hmm.
especially as we haven't seen those kinds of plays from him before in the past, and really not loving the reaction that he had to that yellow blue. He didn't really have a place to put that, so dropping that down there on top of that red. Although he didn't like it, really was the best option that he had at the time, and he's already got it cleared up.
And Prey making a course correction. He was setting up for that horizontal clear along the bottom of the board and then turned it into a vertical clear. Really, really smart play there from our Scottish competitor as he's going to split these blues down the middle and get himself some good setups. He's got to start focusing on that top left section. Meanwhile, Sarros here needing red help all over this board, Flindo.
Yeah, so much red for SgtSarros. Absolutely not what you want to see, unless, of course, you get that fabled double red rush, which we see sometimes here in NES Dr. Mario. Now he does have some really great setups here. He's going to get this horizontal yellow, and it's going to drop, set him up for two horizontals. And what does he get? Followed by a double red. So again, Sarge really able to get back into this game now if he can keep getting those reds. But it is going to be Prey out first at a 150. Sarge a little bit behind the 8 ball here, just waiting for those last reds. But Prey starting off strong here in this level 7.
Yeah, he made some really brilliant plays here, had a couple of little difficult decisions and made the correct choices. Currently rocking a pretty good run here as well on level 7, 24 viruses to go. Sarge going to be out at 210. Can't be too happy with that, but you go with what you can. Sometimes even with that 2 minute, you just hope the next level you get that favorable RNG and cover those seconds.
Yeah, again with the blue yellows, really not a good place to put that. But I think he put that Sarge data in the best place that he absolutely could. But these reds and yellows are really nice for him now. Though, as I say that, they're really not so nice for him anymore, as he has no yellow access. Really nice horizontal though with that blue for Sarge.
Yeah, and Sarge is really, he's got a good open board here. I think he'd really like some access to yellow. He does break through the board a little bit here. A red yellow would be lovely as he could just tuck for that horizontal, and that's exactly what he does. He is down to 18, Prey down to 13, Prey needing to address that right side of the board, just not getting anything doing here. And as I say that, he does start getting stuff here on that right side as looks like Sarge's face is covered up, but his gameplay is good as 13-9 here. Prey really starting to turn this board down. While he doesn't necessarily have great access to yellow, he can still get some red, blue, and really start doing some damage here.
Yeah, and this double blue gonna be perfect for Prey. We'll see where he puts it. Thought he might have put it on the blue in column 3, but no matter where he put it, it was gonna result in a clear for him. So we really like to see that. Now he's just using this double red rush that I was mentioning earlier, clearing out those reds on the bottom. He's just gonna need 3 more blues. We'll see if a double blue pops up for him. And there you go, Prey.
Blessed by Flindo. And
I hope the check's in the mail.
out at a 406. So Prey at the halfway point, holding on to a pretty significant lead as Sarge here looking for some help. Maybe could have gone for called a bit of an audible, maybe gone for the double blue horizontal, but it's a little bit tricky because he's going to have that garbage no matter what. He does elect to do the underclear, down to 3 viruses here, and Prey continuing to storm on.
Yeah, Sarge just looking to get those last few. That blue in column 4 is going to be a little bit of a pain point for him. Really, all the blues, because he's not getting any blues to speak of until just right now. Maybe maybe I'll be able to speak something into existence for him like I did for Prey. Uh, but he's able to get a really nice drop clear into the horizontal yellow, finally gets that last blue, joins Prey into level 8 at a 456. He's not happy with it, JB, but looking at Prey's board, a lot of blue and a lot of red that he's having to work through, and this board is looking pretty split now for Prey as well.
It is a split board, and he's got horizontal plays. He may want to think about going, uh, getting that garbage cleared out and start setting up for horizontal clears, especially with this red, yellow, or blue, yellow. Colors are hard. Doing not much for him. He is down to his final 12, and when viruses are kind of pinned in that corner with garbage surrounding them, you've got to be smart. And this is a smart play. Is he going to get the second horizontal? He is really, really good board vision there, down to his final half a dozen. Meanwhile, SgtSarros, 27 viruses to go. He is really looking for a momentum shift here, getting a double red and now a red yellow starting to open up that left side of the board.
Yeah, it's actually looking pretty good for Sarge for the most part. He's got his center of the board is a little bit empty, and could potentially lead to some drop time as Prey out at about a 605. But he's really doing a great job of prioritizing everything as well as he can to trying to avoid that drop time. And it just goes to show the level of skill that Sarge has here in this tournament.
Absolutely, Sarge really starting to make work of this, even though no real blue help for to speak of here. His blue viruses are not very readily accessible. Meanwhile, Prey is going to have to break through this board somewhere. Makes a quick course correction on that blue yellow, and he does, drop that piece of yellow garbage down, but now has an opportunity to start breaking through this board. I would maybe be using those double yellows to focus on the garbage in column 2, but he is electing to start clearing out. Well, he did get a little bit there, but that garbage is going to be very important unless he decides to go horizontal. He's going to need to get things out here. Meanwhile, Sarge down to his final few viruses and is going to get a nice clear down to his last 2, and he'll be joining Prey in level 9, although he's gonna have to get another clear here as he's a little bit blocked by garbage on all sides.
Oh, and if Sarge had put that yellow red vertically in column 5, it would have dropped and had been able to get the red horizontally
Hmm.
and would have been able to get those yellows already. But as it stands, he's just waiting to combo this out here with a couple red yellows. There's one. Wisely stacks the red blue on top. He didn't need to because he had a red yellow in the next box, but he is now in level 9 with only a 20 virus deficit, which would be a lot in gold play, and honestly is still a lot in silver play. Um, but I think it's definitely more doable in silver to come back from this
Hmm.
kind of a deficit.
And we've definitely seen it in gold as well. Prey has been kind of compounding some mistakes here and is making a couple of just unforced errors. But we see Sarge making some errors. We saw him pounding his fist in anger. And these mistakes, you can't let them affect you too much. You've got to just kind of take that, half a second to just scream or do whatever you need to do internally, and just move on and figure out how you can work around it. And you're not going to see that. That's what really silver players really you're going to see them try to just work on here is just those how to play from those misdrops. We're definitely seeing it on display here. Both these players just gotten upset at misdrops. It happens. It happens to players at any level, and you've just got to take that time and just try to look at the board and see how you can work around it.
Yeah, absolutely. But Prey now down to just 4 viruses remaining on board. The main pressure point is going to be that yellow in his column 5, but he does have the opportunity to go horizontally with it. You could probably say more than me, JB. I don't know if that's something that he would usually go for or not, but he definitely does have it available to him. Just got to open up that blue, and he is going to go for it. There we go. Out at
He's
a 929.
a bit of a marathon 6 to 9 for both players, but we are going to a decider. To speak to what you said, praise vision as far as horizontals go. It's been developing. I've definitely tried to coach him on, hey, that you have these plays here, you have a good play here, and also focus on that garbage when you have it there. Sarge a little bit. Both players just feeling it here on those tough losses. But now somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose here. We are down to essentially a sudden death game. And if I were both these players right now, take a deep breath, take a sip of water, and don't even think about what's happened the past 2 games. Just focus on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the one that matters. This is the one that decides who goes on and who turns their stream off potentially, and goes on to play Archer Lewis for the winner.
And we've got readies from both players, and I know I've been in both these players' positions where I've just had a rough go. I mean, just personally, I had to play Floyd in the gold bracket this month, and he smoked me, and I didn't play as well as I could have, and you just kind of have to, let yourself bounce back from that and know you've always got the next game. Uh, as we get started here, we have the 3-2-1 pills, and both these players off to the races. Some good plays on both sides so far. Kind of the same kind of board style. There's a bit of a well in one of the columns, and basically a small breakthrough point both these players need.
Yeah, Prey getting some really nice horizontals. Interestingly enough, we were just talking about that, to get some of the blues. And speaking of blues, he's only got 2 blues left on the board. So really going to be hoping to see reds and yellows, no blues whatsoever. He just wants some hot dog blitzes here. And really the same for Sarge. He's only got 4 blues. Again, both all 4 at the bottom of the board. So really both of these players looking for those reds, looking for those yellows, and when they do get those blues, trying to find places that they are either going to not impede progress as little as possible, or that they can use them further down where they're creating drop combos or whatever they so choose to do.
We're going to see Prey, I think, go for a tuck clear here, and he will get it, stacking that garbage. And it's something to be said. You're going to have to make an intentional misdrop once in a while, and you just have to find ways to make a positive result from those intentional misdrops. And I think some of these players get a little too caught up on the I have nowhere to play this rather than what can I use for a future play here. And but as it stands here, Sarge playing phenomenally well. Prey making a nice tuck. He's going to be down to 9, but Sarge holding on to an early lead here. He's going to de-sandwich this yellow garbage and now just needs 2 pieces of red and makes the smart play with the less drop time and will be out at a 141.
Yeah, not a bad time here at all by Sergeant Saros. Prey just trying to get down to this last little bit of the board. A yellow blue, and there it is going to be really nice for him. Followed by that double blue to go ahead and get rid of the garbage, and he does do so. And then followed by a couple double yellows. Prey just getting all the right pills now. And probably in his mind, well, a little bit too late, but in this in-game situation, you got to have the pills you need, and it's exactly what he's been getting.
Absolutely here, and it's just going to be how he can recover from it. He's got solutions for both, but he just decides to go single out at a 230 here. It is a dozen virus lead here for Sarge. As Prey starting to address a 7, and Prey's going to need to really break through. It looks like row 6 here, really start taking shots at this board.
Yeah, looking at Sarge's board, this board in general has just been really flat, which is exactly what you want when you're playing Dr. Mario for speed. You're able to get as little drop time as possible. You're able to get those easy horizontals. And speaking of easy horizontals, Sarge has the opportunity for a lot of them. And fortunately for him, they're all blue, but he gets a really nice one there, and it drops into a red vertical. Has the opportunity now to take these red yellows and create the drop combo just like he does, and get another horizontal followed by another horizontal. Sarge is just playing on another level here. This level 7 is really allowing him to do some really nice things.
Yeah, and don't rule Prey out. Prey's taken that lead from 12 down to 10, And if he can get a red blitz here, it can really be back in this game. Sarge's big pain point is just that lower corner, that blue virus in row one. He's going to have to figure out a way to get around it and maybe either combo out or get some garbage here. We're definitely going to see, oh, he's not going to go that way. I thought with that double blue, maybe he would either drop it in column 8, but he gets the combo out at a 350 here, and Sarge holding on to a lead here.
Yeah, he was just waiting for that horizontal yellow was going to drop, and he knew he only needed one more blue that would drop down, so that's what he was waiting for. But he is first into level 8 again. Prey really not that far behind, just needing 4 yellows and a few blues to get out of this. If he goes for he could go for the undertuck and wasted one yellow rather, not going for that initially, but he does go for it now. Takes the wiser decision to go on the right that allows for less drop time, out with that double yellow at a 438. It is now a 16-18 virus lead for SgtSarros, but Prey really coming back strong here.
Yeah, Prey needs to break through this center column a little bit, and now he has. So he does have a little bit more access because he was not finding a lot of blue for himself here, but now really starting to clear the garbage out down to 31 here as he starts taking pot shots at this board, getting just good combo clears here, and another good combo. He's narrowed that deficit back down to 10. Sarge is looking for anything that's not blue, and he's getting blue, but a nice way to utilize the blue to get those combos, get those clears. He is down to his final couple of blues here. It is 12-13 here as these players still playing very, very well through level 8.
Yeah, Prey really needing a bunch of red, a bunch of blue at this point. Sarge, on the other hand, his board is fairly balanced. 4 blues are 2 blues and 4 reds and 4 yellows until he clears out that virus there. A lot of red right now for Prey. A double red blitz would be an absolute godsend for him right now. Goes ahead and takes the horizontal. I like the play just because it's going to allow him to open up the bottom of his board just a little bit. But it's looking pretty good for SgtSarros here. Is just down to his final 3 virus. That red clear, the double blue, absolutely great for him. He's going to need a few more yellows, and he'll be moving on to face Archer.
Yeah, but he's still going to need one more level to do it, but I like this. He's going to be stacking that garbage to get the things down, and he's going to double combo out at a 624, just needing a few more viruses, 40 of them, in fact, as he's got a very double friendly board. I love the top of this board, Flindo.
Yeah, and sure enough, that was only level 8. But now Sarge is in level 9, doing some pretty great work here. This yellow blue really great for him. Gonna drill that down and set up the blue underneath. Now it's kind of a left heavy board for SgtSarros, and it's not really a board that I enjoy, JB. It's just I don't know. I really can't say why. I just don't like it.
It's when boards slant down like they do, and they're really heavy on one side, it does make things a little bit more challenging. I definitely agree with you there. I never look forward to those slanted boards because it almost feels like you're funneled into that right side, and then you're blocked by something on just the side slanting down here. But Sarge making good work of it here, down to 21 viruses as Prey is starting to fight for his life here. He's going to drill down a really good last second vision there by Prey as he is at 33. It is a 16 virus lead here for SgtSarros. But again, Flindo, we talk about that when there's such just a high level of viruses in that mid game, and it's just so hard to access. It can be frustrating here, but we're seeing Sarge make pretty good work of it.
Yeah, look at this red yellow for for Prey. Does exactly what I wanted him to, and makes a really nice clear out of it. He's down 13 viruses, but Sarge needing a heck of a lot of blue if he wants to get through the rest of this board. Looking at Prey's board, lots of yellow, lots of blue on this top line. Take some drop time there. Could go for a blue horizontal here towards the center of his board. I don't think he's going to go for it. But either way, he's going to need a lot of blue to get through the rest of this board, and it looks like it may be too little too late for Prey, as Sarge just needing 3 more blues. There's 1, 2, and 3. It will be SgtSarros moving on, and look at that reaction. He is relieved.
Yeah, definitely a slog fest here, but these two both played phenomenally well. And it will be Sarge making a finals appearance. Congratulations to him. Commiserations to Prey, but still a good showing here. If you can take a crown in your first 2 matches, something's going right for you.